another week. I feel good. I feel like I'm getting in the groove of things. Last week I had a video. This week I had a video. Next week I'm having a video. Because you know why? We're going to stay positive. I really like this. It's just a scarf. It's just a scarf on the back. It's over here. I just like it. It might not match. I should have had like some purple lipstick. But I'm fine with it. If you want to see more tips and more interesting cocktails and comedy and a little bit of personality, definitely hit that notification bell, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know what cocktails you would like to see. I usually like to do a sous vide, but today we're going to do it on the pot, something that you could do at home, because a lot of times people may not have a sous vide, but I know at least you have a pot and a stove. Fingers crossed. My stove up and running because yes. Simple syrup. What is simple syrup? Simple syrup is a liquid sweetener that is used to sweeten cocktails or even food. It's not anything necessarily new. It's generally just sugar water, and a lot of your cocktailers and food preppers and chefs and bartenders, they decided to take their own spin on simple syrup and create their own types of different flavors. You got maybe like a cherry simple syrup, you got like a strawberry, you got a rosemary. You have all kinds of simple syrups that you can use, and you can make this at home. First time you make it, taste it, and sometimes you might have to alter it a little bit. So if you want it a little bit more herbal, you might add more sage. If you want a little more peary. I don't know that peary is a good word. Pear-ish. Pearish? Did you? Witty. First thing is, warm up your eye. Simple syrup is usually equal parts, 1 part water, 1 part sugar. So even if you do 2 teaspoons of sugar, you do two teaspoons of water. Although, I would not recommend that. So today we're going to do a 1-to-1 ratio, 1 cup of water, and we're going to do 1 cup of water, 1 cup of sugar. Now, if you don't have a scale at home, a measuring cup will work just fine. But if you're trying to be a bit more accurate, I would use a scale, because 8 ounces of water is not the same size as 8 ounces of sugar, depending on who you talk to. Science stuff, we'll talk about that later because I don't understand science. But again, for today's episode, we're going to use the cup, the old-fashioned stuff of things you may have in your house. I'm using cane sugar. It is sugar in the raw. It's naturally gluten-free and is vegan. The way it tastes, I feel like when I use white sugar for my simple syrup, it tastes like a, I don't know, it tastes too sweet. It's like kind of fake for me. But when I use the cane sugar, it tastes like it's like fuller. It's not like a fake sweet. It feels like more of a well-balanced sweet versus like a I don't know, artificial 9 sweet. I guess that's the best way to explain it. But that's just me. Some people use Demerara sugar. I am still in the process of trying to find some more. I might have to ship in, but that's a good one to use as well. I like brown sugars better. It's just, for the most part. Even though brown sugar, in a sense, it's just regular sugar, just the way that they process it, it becomes brown. But like cane sugar is what I mean when I say brown. Cane sugar, your Demerara sugars, your browner sugars, I do like that because the flavor just seems fuller for me. Pour in your sugar. Remember, if you don't have cane sugar or Demerara sugar, that's okay. You can use white sugar. It's perfectly fine. You will still be able to have that simple syrup consistency that you need. So you're going to see a very pretty brown. Let's see. Beautiful brown color. As you can see, it's a smooth liquid. Pretty. Very brown. Brown skin simple. And what we're going to do is we're going to add in our pears and we're going to add in our sage. I would cut up your pears. All you need is like really just 1 or 2 pears. Because the more, the smaller the chunks are, the better you'll be able to extract more of the pear flavor out of it. I also like to cover it up a little bit well. And then I'm actually going to throw in the basil. You can also rip up the basil before you throw it in there. So you can throw it in a whole, you can rip it up. Ripping up helps express more of the oil, so you know, I do recommend doing both of those things. Rip it up, or you can grind it up, or you can cut it up. I am not a person who forces you to do things that you don't want to do. I leave it up to you. Then you're going to let this cook for at least 10 minutes. Oh my goodness. Pear sage. Good. It almost smells like a, like, what is that note? Oh my god, it is such a familiar note, I cannot call it. Some of you guys are like, pear sage, is that the note? But no, that's not it. Or maybe it is.